Okay, good morning to one and all. I am Charmila. Welcome to my channel. So today I will be discussing to you in my channel this Deep Ed Order number 35 series of 2016. So medyo mahaba ang kanyang title o pamagat kaya mas nahihirapan akong magbasa nito. So, the Learning Action Cell as a K-12 basic education program is school-based continuing professional development strategy for the improvement of teaching and learning. Ang Department of Education ay naglabas o inilabas ang DepEd order na ito last June 7, 2016. Okay, so you may read the content of this order. So it is flashed in the screen for the television. And it says there, this DepEd order is in line with the implementation of Republic Act number 10533, or known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. Inilabas ang DepEd order na ito nung panahon ni Brother Armin A. Luistro, FSC, the former DepEd Secretary. Okay, so the enclosure to DepEd order number 35 series of 2016, medyo mahaba-haba ito. Kaya masasabi ko na hindi natin lahat ito babasahin. Kung kaya, pipiliin na lang natin, we will just select yung mga statement o yung mga linya na mas maintindihan natin o mas mabigyan ng emphasis. Okay, yung unang bahagi or the first part of the DepEd order is we have the rationale. Actually, the rationale is this is the content of the DepEd vision mission. So I will read the first line. So it says there, as an institution of learning, the Department of Education works to protect and promote the right of Filipinos to quality basic education that is equitable, culture-based, and complete, and allows them to realize their potential and contribute meaningfully to building the nation. So when we say basic education, this is from the kindergarten to the elementary level, from grade 1 to grade 6. Then to the secondary high school, we have the junior high school from grade 7 to grade 10. Then the senior high school, the grade 11 and the grade 12. So, ano ang gagawin natin? Ano ang gagawin ng DepEd? So, mabibigyan sila ng di kalidad na edukasyon that is equitable. When we say equitable, this is unbiased. This is fair, culture-based. So when we say culture-based, the teaching, learning process should be contextualized. So when we say contextualized, it is based from the real situation. Kung ano yung nakikita ng bata sa totoong buhay. Doon nakaangkla yung pagdi-deliver ng tayong mga guro ng ating mga lessons. At if we do this one, it will allow them to realize their potential para ma-develop yung kanilang mga skills, yung kanilang mga talents o yung sa potential na ito yung tool o ito yung instruments para pagdating ng araw, pagka-graduate nila, ay nakakatulong sila sa pag-unlad ng ating bansa o ating bayan. Okay, so next. Ayan, so basahin na lang. So, review your eyes lang. Okay, so here in number 3. In number 3, it says here, successful teaching is a result of the systematic use of appropriate strategies for delivering and assessing the learning objectives targeted for each lesson. Successful teachers must possess a good grasp of content which they can consequently convert to sound learning objectives and are able to select and implement the most effective instructional strategies and materials to teach the identified content objectives, make instructional decisions on the basis of formative assessment results, promoting sincerely the students' learning and holistic development, and are professional and ethical in the conduct of their work. So in short, in this statement, binibigyan niya ang katuturan kung ano ang sinasabi nating successful teaching. So ito ay resulta ng paggamit ng tamang estratehiya sa pag-deliver o pagtuturo at sa pag-assess ng ating learning objectives. At ang isang successful teacher ay dapat taglay niya ang mga susunod na katangian. So, number 1, kailangan mayroon siyang kaalaman o knowledgeable siya sa kanyang topic o kanyang content na ibabahagi sa kanyang mga learners. Kailangan alam niya yung kanyang mga learning objectives. Pangalawa, kailangan na pipiliin niya kung ano yung pinaka-effective na learning strategy o instructional strategy sa kanyang pagtuturo. Pero sabi nila, there is no such best instructional strategy. So, depende ito kung ano yung mas pinaka-appropriate sa ating mga learners. Kailangan din na sa ating pagtuturo, gagawa tayo ng mga appropriate materials, mga paraan para maiparating natin yung ating mga content objectives na malinaw sa ating mga learners. Okay? And then, kailangan din natin na gagawa tayo ng mga interventions sa pag-improve sa ating mga least mastered competencies. So, yan ang ibig sabihin ng ikatlo. And then, promoting sincerely their students' learning and holistic development. Alam na natin yan. And professional and ethical in the conduct of their work. So, dapat tayong mga guro, palagi nating isinasabuhay. Palagi nating sinasaisip ang ating code of professional ethics, the code of conduct of professional ethics for teachers. Okay. Next, so here in number 4, so ito rin ay mahalaga para tayo ay magiging o para tayo ay ma-improve o para ma-improve ang ating pagiging guro, kailangan na mag-a-attend tayo ng mga lectures or workshops, mga trainings or short-term courses, mga programs para mas madagdagan pa ang ating mga kaalaman sa ating pagtuturo. Okay, next. So, sa mismong workplace natin o sa ating paaralan, meron na din yung school-based na uh, paraan para ma-improve ang ating professional development, gaya ng school-based learning action cells, teaching circles, communities of practice, and lesson study. So, yan. Uh, yung learning action cell, actually, ginagawa na natin. Okay, so natapos na ang rationale. So, pupunta na rin o puntahan na rin natin ang policy statement. Okay, so number 6, basahin na lang sa screen. Number 7, sa number 8. Okay, so in number 9, dito, nabigyan ang katuturan kung ano ang learning action cell. So in the deep end, a learning action cell is a group of teachers who engage in collaborative learning sessions to solve shared challenges encountered in the school, facilitated by the school head or a designated LAC leader. Okay, so it is well defined that a learning action cell, ito ay grupo ng mga guro, hindi ng mga guro, pati rin yung ating mga school heads. Sila ay magtulong-tulungan para mabigyang lunas ang mga suliranin na nangyayari o nararanasan sa mismong paaralan. Okay, so ang learning action cell, pwedeng ito ay pinamumunuhan ng principal o si head teacher or a designated LAC leader. Okay, next. In number 10, so the key aspects of the process are ongoing collaborative learning or problem solving within a shared domain of professional interest, self-directed learning, the reflective practice leading to action, and self-evaluation and collective competence. Actually, in number 10, there are two strategies mentioned here to solve these shared problems in the workplace. So we have here the collaborative learning and the problem solving. And the objectives of this policy are the following. So 1, to improve the teaching learning process that will lead to improved learning among the students. So to nurture successful teachers, to enable teachers to support each other, to continuously improve their content and pedagogical knowledge, practice, skills, and attitudes, and to foster a professional collaborative spirit among school heads, teachers, and the community as a whole. So, in short, ang LAC session o ang pagkandak ng LAC session or the conduct of LAC session, this is very beneficial not only to improve the teaching learning process but also to nurture teachers to become successful in their teachings or in delivering their lessons to their students, like in improving their content, their pedagogical knowledge, practice skills, and attitudes. Okay, in here next, in number 11, uh, so sinasabi dito o nakasaad dito na ang learning action cells ay may pundo. So, pinupundohan ito o yung pundo ay manggagaling sa schools maintenance and other operating expenses. Okay, so if you have any question, you will raise them later after the presentation. Okay, so next, the learning action cell. So we have the theoretical framework. So in figure 1, we have here the theoretical framework of the learning action cell. So we will just read and understand. And actually, this is the summary of the one mentioned. Okay, we go. Okay, what are the topics for block sessions? So it says there, the content of block sessions may be determined by the teachers themselves under the general guidance of the school head or LAC leader. This may be done through needs assessment, the results of which should assist the LAC in listing their priority areas of learning. Ang ibig sabihin, so every teacher could become a LAC facilitator. So, ang mga bagay o mga topics na uh, pag-uusapan during relaxation ay depende kung ano yung kailangan ng mga kaguruhan. Halimbawa, if the teacher attended a seminar, uh, she can share his or her learning to his or her co-teachers, maybe by department or as a whole through laxation. Okay, so she can or he can re-echo the learnings from that seminar. Okay, next. Okay, so content. Curriculum contextualization, localization, and indigenization. Here we have here the differences among the three. So contextualization, localization, and indigenization. So when we say curriculum contextualization, this is the process of matching the curriculum content and instructional strategies relevant to learners. So, palagi natin itong naririnig. Alam na natin kung ano ang contextualization. Okay, so for localization, if we are localizing uh, yung mga lessons natin, halimbawa, we can use our vernaculars, we can integrate games, uh, practices, beliefs, basta yung mga bagay na uh, based from the experience of the learners para mas maintindihan nila yung lesson na ating ibibigay sa kanila. So, yun ang ating i-integrate sa ating mga lessons. Okay? So, we go now to the LAC implementation process. So, it says there, so before the LAC session, so in order to plan for LACs, so the LAC members guided by the LAC leader and the LAC facilitator are expected to identify professional development needs and priorities to be discussed or addressed in the LAC session. So this can be recorded in a LAC plan, which will also require details on how the LAC process will be monitored. So a template for the LAC plan can be found in Annex 1. Okay, so ito ay yung uh, sinasabi dito o ini-explain dito kung paano ang implementasyon o pagsasagawa ng LAC. So, unang-una yung paggawa ng LAC plan o yung school LAC plan. Okay, so ano ang unang gawin sa paggawa ng LAC plan? So, we have here the assessment of needs, ano yung mga kinakailangan ng mga guro. So the prioritization of topics or agenda, and then the formation of LAC. Okay, so here in the formation of LAC, so every teacher must be a part of a LAC. So LACs could be formed based on the prioritized needs and depending on the number of teachers in every school or cluster of schools. However, these groupings are flexible according to need and context. So, one LAC could be composed of 5 to 15 members. Okay, so uh, remember this one. So, one LAC session can be composed of 5 to 15 members. So, pag nakabuo na ng limang uh, miyembro, so pwede nang mag-conduct ng LAC. So, hanggang 15 members lang. Okay, so figure 2, so pinapakita kung ano ang composition ng learning action cell. Okay, so we have the LAC leader, the principal or the school head, and then the LAC facilitator. It could be the principal, the school head, master teacher, and then we have the LAC members as the teachers, the LAC documenter, so any member, and then the LAC resource persons, so it could be internal or external. Okay, so basahin na lang natin ito dahil uh, alam na natin ito dahil ginagawa na natin. Setting up of resources. So, i-flash ko na lang. Okay, so next. So, budgeting. The roles and responsibilities of various DepEd offices. Okay, so, ayan. Okay, so for the progress monitoring and evaluation. Okay, so in number uh, 3, so siguro ito ay importante para sa ating lahat. So the key indicators for the effectiveness of the lock is that there are clear evidences of letter A, critical reflection among the teachers, leading to changes in classroom practice, increased understanding and knowledge of the curriculum, changes in teachers' pedagogy or practices which are aimed at improving learners' participation and achievement in school. Okay, so dapat naintindihan natin yan. And in number 34, therefore, when evaluating the LAC, evaluators should remain focused on the way in which the LAC is raising levels of teachers' quality and contributing to improved outcomes for students. When evaluating the effectiveness of the LAC members are expected to assess the following. Number 1, the development in teacher quality, the impact on students' performance, effectiveness of the implemented strategies, additional guidelines for progress, and E are provided below. Okay, the purpose of progress monitoring is to provide everyone concerned with the pertinent information about the activities so far conducted and whether the standards are met in the process of the implementation in terms of quality, quantity, and time leading to the attainment of the goals and objectives of LAC. This feedback mechanism helps the LACs to decide on the direction to take and the adjustments to make in the continuing implementation of the LAC. And then the areas to be monitored. So LACs should be monitored on the components of the focus area. For example, if the LAC was formed in the area of content and pedagogy, components to be monitored can include numbers A, content knowledge, B, skill in particular instructional strategies, C, skill in assessment, and D, knowledge of learners and how they learn. Okay. So, monitoring methods and tools. The monitoring timeline, and then we have the documentation, record keeping, and reporting. In meetings, okay, so we will read. Proceedings of team meetings should be recorded. So a template for easy recording can be developed. This should include, among others, attendance, topics of discussion, best practices that were shared during the meeting, current or emerging needs and concerns, which should immediately be communicated to the LAC leader. Evidence of whether plan is working or not working, and next courses of action to be taken. And then the appointment of documenter or recorder of minutes should be on a rotation basis. Protocols should be developed for confidentiality, or which items should be confidential and which can be shared after the meeting. Guidelines should be developed on record management, who should keep the files, where should files be kept, and who should have access to the files. It says here, so its LAC members should build a portfolio about all activities related to the LAC. Members can keep individual notes on a form developed for the purpose. It can include items about what the LAC member will need to do as a result of agreements in the meeting, and notes on what to bring for the next team meeting. Members can also keep logs and reflective journals on the actions they have taken in their respective classes towards the achievement of LAC goals. This will be used in sharing of best practice, problems, or solutions during the team meetings. Okay, the conduct of LAC session, limitation, prohibitions. Since LACs and LAC sessions are aimed at the continuous professional development of teachers, the conduct of LAC sessions should be limited to the purposes stated in this policy. The holding of LAC sessions for purposes other than those provided herein is prohibited. Prohibited purposes may include but shall not be limited to the following: sale of goods and other merchandise, lending transactions, political and religious meetings, and other purposes which are not included in this policy. So, pag tayo ay maglalak, so iwasan natin ang ito, yung mga uh, nakasaad dito, yung pagtitinda ng ating mga goods, so, lending transactions, pangungutang, political and religious meetings, and others. Yung pagmamarites siguro, yung pagchichismis, bawal ang mga bagay na ito during the conduct of LAC session. Okay, we have here the references. Okay, so the effectivity. So this policy will take effect immediately. Okay, so thank you and God bless.